Guys, it's time to talk about hot dogs, bears, fish, and mums. We're talking about Hot Streak. Let's check it out. All right, guys, this is the basic setup and how to play of this game. Now, I will say, the guy from Shut Up and Sit Down does an infinitely better job than I'm about to do, but I'll try to do this game some justice. So essentially, to set up the game, and there's some wonky rules on who can touch the figures and who's the dealer. I'm not going to get into all of that, but to start the game, everybody's going to get 10 bucks. Then we're going to start to prep the deck. So to prep the deck, you're going to start off with these bordered cards that say recovery or recover and 2. Each one of the mascots gets one of those to start. We all know that's in play. Now, depending on the number of players, you're going to deal a certain number of cards from the deck. As they did in the proper walkthrough, or how to play, I'm going to do the same. We're going to do a 4-player game. So that's 10 cards in a 4-player game. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so now we've got our 10 cards here. We can kind of arrange them so that we can see what's in play here. Now, this is going to set up the initial betting phase, right? We're going to all know essentially who could be in an advantage and who could be in a disadvantage. So right now we can see that this bad boy, our old bear here, he's going to have 2 recover and 1 recover. So he's going to move 3 in this curtain deck. Oh, the hot dog's got a -2. Poor guy. He's also got a swerve right. We've got some other cards. Swerve left. I'll explain these in a second. Recover 1. Swerve left. Oh, boy. He's probably going to go off the map. And then we've got a couple of these green cards. And old mum here's 2, right? So now we've got that. Every player then will also get 3 cards secretly in their hand. Now, we're not going to look at this quite yet because not in the initial betting phase. We won't really know what we have here. But essentially, you're going to plug these in. I'll explain that in just a second. So now we've got our cards, right? We know what the standard deck is basically going to be, but we have to bet. So looking at these cards, it would seem that maybe mum, maybe the old bear here might have a shot. So the most unlucky player will bet first, and it's a snake draft. So essentially, let's just say he goes bear. You have a safe side and you have a risky side that you can bet on. But these cards, you want to take the top one if you can because they progressively get less and less in value. So the first person who is the most unlucky is going to bet, and let's say they take that one. Now there's also a side bet up here you can take with the deck of cards that will cycle through. So in this case, will the final stretch be empty when first place is won? You can bet yes or no. And the reason you get your 10 bucks at the start of the game is you can actually take the risky side of this and maybe lose some money if you bet the risky side on that. But essentially, we're going to take our bets, go around. So in a 4-player game, 4 people will take their cards. We have 2, 3, let's just say 4, right? Then we're going to snake back. So the last person to bet will be the first person to bet in the second round. We're going to do 2 rounds of betting. And you need 2 cards. You don't need 1 from each. You can have a side bet or maybe 2 of these, whatever you want to do. But essentially, you're going to bet. Then everyone's going to look at their hand of cards, and then they're going to secretly bet or place in one of these cards, right? So in a 4-player game, we would have 4 secret cards. Now I know this one, so hopefully I bet on the fish, which would have been probably not a great bet given the swerve cards. And then what we're going to do is the dealer is going to shuffle these all up, and they are going to do something really, really fun. And this actually adds to the drama of everything, is they get their hand, and for the sake of this, I'm just going to take this one here. They're going to burn 3 cards. They're going to 3, 2, 1. So not only do you have secret cards in there that you don't know, but now you're also going to lose 3 from the shuffled deck, and then you're going to start flipping these over one by one. All right, so let's see if we can get this. I didn't prep these decks, so hopefully this works out. So in this case, the fish is going to go to the star. That means you move to the next available star. Boop. This guy is going to swerve right, go 1. So what he's going to do is he's going to go 1 up, but then go to the right here. Oops, sorry. I wasn't looking at him. 1 up and to the right. So he's now in front of old hot dog dude. Hopefully that makes them crash here in just a second. Oh no, hot dog's turning around. And as they said in the walkthrough with the dude from Shut Up and Sit Down, that's not good. You want to stay on the track and you want to get all the way to the end because that's what you're trying to do here. Oh, Fishy's going 3, 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. Now, There are things that are going to make you fall down. Let's say the hot dog ran into this guy. Whoever runs into him, the other guy falls down. If you fall down twice, and there are cards in the deck that make you just fall down, like this one. So if he falls down twice, old Big Bear is going to the 4th spot here. He is out of the game. Well, not out of the game, but out of this particular race. And then we're just going to go all the way up front. If they swerve off the map, those 2 swerves that I said were not so good for old Fishy Boy here, that would get him off the map and get him put in 4th or 3rd place, depending on how it goes. The goal is to have your bets get to the end. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd pay out. So in this case, if you took the safe bet, you would have got $10 if Fishy won, 7 if 2nd, 5 if 3rd. The risky side also pays out. What's cool about the actual bets is you don't lose money on this. It's only the side bets on the risky side that you actually lose. You're going to finish up a race, and more than likely, the deck will run out before the race ends. In our playthroughs, that's how it worked out. So you're going to have to reshuffle the deck. You do the 3, 2, 1 again. People will secretly put in a card again. It's really quite fun. You're going to do 3 rounds of this, and whoever has the most money wins. Let's talk about it. So I got to say, I absolutely adored this game. It was so much fun. You think about it, these are mascots running, and look at that. They've got the eyes on the inside of that. These are mascots that are running a race, and it's ridiculous. It's as ridiculous as you think it is. But I would say this game, this is one of those games that I would say it depends on who you play with. I know that's a really open-ended statement that a lot of people say in this space, in this hobby. But this one really is. Like, if you're playing with people who are broadly boring, sorry, and there are some people in this hobby that are more boring when it comes to these kind of party-style games, it's probably going to get boring, right? The group of guys that I played with, we were into it, man. We were yelling at the mascots. We were, the 3, 2, 1, we were yelling that out loud. It was fun. And that's really, that's the crew that you want to play this game with. Couple of beers down and start yelling at Plastic Gobbler. That's what his name is. I never said his name, but his name was Gobbler. That's what you're going to want to do in this game. So this is not a game that should be played with folks that are really like competitive or really like into the strategy of things, because there's really no strategy in the end. I mean, there's a little bit, I guess, with the secret cards and how you bet. When you're in the 3rd round, I didn't mention this in the playthrough, the initial deck doesn't actually change. You're going to redistribute the cards after every race, and I think I misspoke in that. That's why I'm going to link the actual walkthrough and how to play in the description. But you're going to redistribute 1 card to each person, because you started off with those 3 cards, and then you put 1 in the initial deck. You're going to redistribute 1 card to everyone, so you're going to do that every race for the 3 races. So it's really, that's where the strategy comes. By the 3rd race, you more or less know what's in the deck, and you more or less know who maybe the top 3 are going to be, unless it's really even, which in our game, it wasn't really even. One guy kept betting on Gobbler, and Gobbler, his poor soul, I don't think he made it further than 3rd place, and that was in the last race. But his cards, the initial cards were not great for him, and then, my hand had some ugly cards for Gobbler as well. But anyway, but it was fun. He kept betting on Gobbler. He's like, this guy is going to win. At some point, I'm going to win this race. Now, that's what you need to have. That's the attitude and the mentality you need for this game, because it's not a game that should be taken serious. Obviously. I mean, look, there's a queen mascot. There's a bear mascot with eyes in the center of his head. There's a fish. And look, the eyes are in the center of that one. And then, of course, there's my favorite, the hot dog, with the eyes in the center too. If you're taking this game serious, or you want a serious game, this isn't what it is. But if you like fun, exciting games, you've got a group of people that like to play games that are more just energetic and fun-loving, that's what this is. And you compare this into the strategy game night. We played a strategy game before this, and then we got into this, and we had such a good time. It was brilliant. So highly recommend this game. Maybe not for everybody. I guess that's true for every game, but this one definitely is for more the lighthearted gamers out there, or the folks that can appreciate a game with a hot dog mascot. That's about it. Tired Dad out. Peace.